guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Last time, we made our escape from Figaro Castle with a new party member in tow, Edgar. Now, as we progress here, there's a couple of points that I would like to note here. But first, let's take care of a little bit of dialogue. Where are you headed? Through the cave and eastward to South Figaro. If you remember in the last episode, we're in search of Bannon. They didn't specifically say anything about South Figaro. But, okay, we can do that then. Turn to the castle and tell the others we're safe. I think most of the dialogue is pretty basic on some of these other translations here for this. Nothing particularly special. Alright. We've got a new song. I like this song. Alright, let's open up our menu here. Now, we took the time to be really rude and steal Mog's spear, only to put it on Edgar. Edgar's skills are his tools. These are infinite use items that cost no MP and are better than his normal attack. They're also independent of his battle power, which means it doesn't matter what weapon he equips or what row he's in, they just do crap tons of damage. Auto crossbow targets all enemies and is based off of his physical attack power. Again, this is his Vigor stat, not his battle power, which is weapon based. And Bioblaster is based on his magical power. So, again, not anything to do with his equipment unless he has something that specifically raises his magic stat. So that being the case, we are going to go over to the left here, and we're going to put Edgar in the back row. We're going to put Locke in the back row, and we're going to keep Terra in the back row, because normal attacks kind of suck in this game. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All of our gear's pretty well set and pretty basic here. If we approach here, we get a recovery spring, so free healing in this quote-unquote dungeon. Most of the enemies around here are pretty simple. Tools, auto crossbow. Edgar's kinda cheap. He's more powerful than anyone else. Those are back row level damages. But there's no reason to not abuse the ever-loving crap out of his tools in the first pretty much half of the game, as they're easily his best ability. Terra learned Antidote. A lot of these spells in this game have weird abbreviations. Terra, being a natural magician, will learn spells over time when she reaches certain levels. Now, one thing that's interesting that would have been apparent in that battle is whoever's in the bottom slot of your party will start first in the event that you get a back attack. Since Edgar is the one dealing all the damage right now, we want to put him there. So we're going to put him there, and we'll have Terra out front. Whoever your lead character is the one who will show up on screen. One other thing is down in config. Let's see. Cursor is by default set to reset. We're going to set it to memory. This is the memory configuration in pretty much any Final Fantasy game or Chrono Trigger or anything like that. It basically sets your commands to always be on the same thing. Crawley here, if I remember, is interesting. You can steal remedies from them if you happen to get lucky. Unfortunately, I was not, but it is there. So we're going to go up these stairs here, and we're going to find ourselves a treasure chest. Now, save state. This contains a tincture. This one will actually change another 2 times over the course of the game. The next time it becomes a Thunder Rod, which is kind of useless at the point in time where you get it because you don't have any characters who can equip a Thunder Rod. And later on it will become a Hero Ring. We want to save it for that Hero Ring. We're going to want that. We're going to use it. So, we're going to undo that. But I want to show you each kind of treasure chest as we go. Now, again, what memory has done here is it saved our positioning, so I'm already set on steel, fight, and tools, so that I can use all of the abilities that I want to use in pretty much every battle right now. Terra's just using attack because it's something to do. Not that she needs to do anything, because Edgar is going to pretty much take care of anyone. The only ones he can't one-shot, he just needs to gain one more level here, and then he will be able to one-shot them. Alright. Down there is a big... Oh, no, that's the dead end. So this is the loop around. And more crawlies. Okay. Now what I do here is I make sure to get in a steel first, at least against these guys, in hopes of getting a remedy, because a remedy is actually, you know, worth something, worthwhile trying to pick up. But yeah, the memory feature in this game where you're rarely using normal attacks is actually a really valuable feature, and I really like to have it on pretty much the whole time. Here we get another tincture. I believe this one will turn into an ether much later in the game, but it's not particularly important one way or another. But we'll leave it for later, that's fine. And up here, more enemy. Yeah, these bleary guys we don't guarantee defeat with tools quite yet. Just need that one more level. But I believe that it's kind of designed in a way that the game expects you to make liberal use of Edgar's tools. Because without it, the amount of damage that we can do with normal attacks right now is very, very low considering the amount of HP a lot of these enemies have. So I have no qualms about using it. Okay, we'll fight an enemy before we do anything else in here. That's fine. But yeah, pretty much all the fights go the same way. We get into fight, we try and steal with lock, we kill everything with auto crossbow, except for these guys, and we move on. But yeah, keep everybody in the back row. There's no need to put them in the front row right now. There will be reasons for it later, but I'm going to save state again. This one is a Phoenix Down. This one will be an X potion later in the game, which isn't really a huge deal, but again, I'm going to leave it that way so that you can at least see when the item changes and what it will be and all that. So I have that all on screen. Or the same dudes. Let's get that steel in there. I guess the remedy must be the rare steel from these guys. Tonic seems to be the normal steel. Also, some of my steel information could be incorrect. I was working off 2 different guides for it, and one of them kept being wrong, or at least disagreeing with the other one. That was Terra's theme, for some reason. Not exactly sure why. Alright, we have a new fight here. We're going to try and steal from this guy up here. He commonly gives a tonic, but can give something else later in the game. And let's see here. There's nothing worthwhile stealing from the rest of them. The top guy, I believe he counters magic a third of the time, so you don't really want to use magic against him if you don't have to. Better off saving for Edgar to hit him twice and then hit him with a spell. I don't have HP totals because for the most part it's not a huge deal in this game, but yeah, he counters with that. Well, Edgar got his level. And, well, we have a wounded character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to town, and we're going to... Oh, somebody's moving with purpose here? I was gonna go heal, but, somebody's moving with purpose. The best part about this game, beyond the glitches, beyond the fun translation, beyond the combat, the storyline, the characters, the best part of this game is without a doubt the music. We just got to listen to Terra's theme. This, very least you could give a response. Maybe it will just disappear. Kind of an odd line in the GBA, but... Stand back. Seems vaguely familiar. Wait a minute. Owes allegiance to no one and will do anything for money. Comes and goes like the wind. Shadow. This is Shadow's theme. One of my favorites in the game, not gonna lie. Then again, that's 90% of the songs in this game, but slit his mama's throat for a nickel. He's an assassin. He'll kill his own best friend for the right price. Better steer clear of him, I guess. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, though he did get the character treatment. Leave us. The dog eats strangers. I love it! It's such a great line. The dog eats strangers. I love it. Duncan made his son Vargas practice a strict martial art lifestyle. Vargas resented it. One town after next. We're not safe here. Duncan's students have no peers. Interestingly enough, in the Game Boy Advance translation, you just look just like that student of Duncan's. Wonder who he's talking about. Guy at the counter? Kinda creepy. We missed talking to, I believe there was a little girl there. Let's just jump into bed with this guy. The Empire attacked Figaro Castle. Now we'll get drawn into the battle. Basic happy theme. Let's talk to you. ADG. Sure. Pretty much, like, the amount of money you can spend on the inn in this game actually goes up really high. I think it gets as high as 1,500 gold, if I remember correctly, at some inns. Aside from that one, as long as it's cheaper than a tent, which it usually is, it's usually worthwhile. There's no cabins in this game, so it's just tent fully heals you, so you don't have to worry about that. But there are some interesting things we can grab while we're here. Let's talk to you. Equipped relics to gain a variety of abilities. These double my walking speed. And then you ran into the wall. Alright, we have tutorial with Mog. Relics give your party members various abilities. Sprint shoes double your speed. Walking speed, that is. True Knight lets you shield others during battle. Dragoon Boots add the jump command to the battle list. Gauntlet allows you to hold a sword with both hands, increasing its damage. Pretty basic. Sprint shoes. We're going to buy a pair of those because, yes please. What else do I have on my shopping list here? Let's see. I wasn't even looking at that because I was going to do some other things and then Tara died, so I had to come in here early. Alright, star pendants. These protect you against poison. These aren't really necessary, but they can be helpful and they're cheap enough that I'll just buy the 3 of them for the characters we have. Sure, why not? What else we got here? Goggles. Protect you against the dark status. Now, since the evade stat is completely bugged and does absolutely nothing, guess what the dark status does? Absolutely nothing. So the goggles are completely useless in this game. The Jewel Knight protects against dark and petrify. correction, it protects against Petrify. It might protect against Dark, but it's impossible to tell because Dark does nothing. I believe you can still be inflicted with the Darkness status, but it basically does nothing. I think it prevents one character from learning enemy skills later in the game, and I think that's literally the only thing that it affects. Petrify, we don't need these quite yet, so I'm not going to waste the money on them. True Knight protects party members who are on low HP. Not so good. Don't need that. More importantly, we're going to equip sprint shoes on somebody, and everybody can have star pendants. And now I walk faster. Thank you. Oh, I didn't know there was a little alcove there. That's fine. Alright, let's pop back into the cafe here and talk to the little girl that I missed. I think it was a little girl, wasn't it? Was there a little girl in here? Huh, I thought there was a little girl in here. Maybe not. Alright, beyond Mount Colts, you'll find the Sabo Mountain Range. Now, there's some items in here. I'm going to go over that a little bit later. We're just going to talk to people for now. Wait. The Empire will smash us. What kind of dummies would go and make the Empire mad? And lots of excellent weapons, armor, and relics in our shops. They carry relics and all that of the utmost quality. Now, if you remember, these were transferred over from Figaro Castle. So we're going to avoid items at the moment, and I'm just going to go and kind of do my shopping, and then I'm going to go outside and fight some guys for later. I'll explain somewhat about it. Alright, buy. What do we need to buy here? Do I need any weapons? I literally don't need any weapons. That's a better sword, but you don't need them. Yeah, none of those really affect me at all, so that's fine. Alright, heavy shields. We're going to buy 3 of these, I believe. Yeah, 3 heavy shields. Hairband is female only piece of headgear. Plumed hat is better. So we're just going to get plumed hats. So we're going to get 3 of those. Let's see. I want 1 cotton robe and 1 kung fu suit. Right. Alright. Let's talk to you. Figaro Castle sank into the sand. Interestingly enough, in the Game Boy Advance version, looked as it moved along through the sand. Interesting. Couldn't find it even if you knew where to look. Now, there's an interesting little thing here. Let's see here. Yeah, that's one of the background layers. There's actually a path here that you can walk when you disable the layer. That allows you to skip some event later in the game if you really want to, but you don't have to. I'll just let you know that it's there. There's also a door in the back of this building here. Are there any items in these? Oh yeah, so there's a tonic. Any of the items in this town that you find inside any of the buildings, you're free to get. Any of the items you find on the outside of the building, you are not free to get because they will change later in the game. I don't know why, but they do. Grandfather was a servant to the richest man in town. I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider and maybe I'll talk to you. Okay then, if you insist. Move out of the way, kid. Here, no, we came from there. Oh, this door here leads us over here. Let's talk to you. House in the northern part of town belongs to our wealthiest citizen. Move. Move! Town will go down fighting. Even with the Magitech armor, we'll make it tough on them. Alright. Duncan's house. Husband Duncan is a world-famous martial artist. He's taking his disciples to Mount Colts for meditation and training. In here, we just have a save point. for some reason, even though we're in a town next to a world map. But sure, why not? It's fine. All right, so up here is an item shop. And a clock. Oh, what? No elixir. Rude. All right, here we want to buy 5 softs. And now you don't have to buy the antidotes if you don't want to. There's another bug in this game that I'll go over in a little bit, but it's faster than the bug, even though the bug is free. But eco screen, I don't think we need that. I'll buy 1 just on the off chance. It does what you think it does, cures mute. Eye drops cure darkness, we don't need those. Softs cure petrification. Antidotes cure poison. Yeah. Anyway, so we got that. Let's talk to you. Mount Colts is to the east. Let's go down here. We're going to collect all the items that are inside now, and I think at the start of the next episode we'll go and talk about all of the yeah, I think we've been in all these places now, even if I didn't show them directly, just because they're all kind of connected together. So yeah, it's a chocobo stable there. We're not going to go inside. There's no reason to. Here is the rich guy's house. War has really begun. You'd better return home. I was wondering if they had mentioned what her homeland was, but I guess not. Okay, I just went to check something real quick. This Phoenix Down is actually not going to change, even though it's outside. It's, I believe, the only item outside that doesn't change, so we're free to pick that one up. Now let's go on up the stairs and check out some of these attack from the east, that way. City's eastern border, so attacking there would... what do you think you're doing barging here while I'm trying to write a letter? Interesting. When invading, huh? Something's going on here. Even a millionaire can be startled. So yeah, something's going on here. Always a nasty draft in this room. Where's it coming from? Ah! Hidden behind the bookshelf. Now here, if you go straight down and I press the button, you can see there's a hidden staircase there. So we get some free items down here. A hyper wrist and a pair of running shoes. I'll go over all the equipment in a moment. We're going to collect a bunch of stuff here, so nothing in there. Save point. And what do we got here? 500 GP. Old clock, it's ticking. 1000 GP. Empty. 1500 GP. Damn. And an old clock that's not ticking. Interesting. Well, there's a bunch of the money that we just lost. We've kind of gotten that back now. That's pretty cool. And oops. No, we went and saw everything. Okay, never mind. I'm missing... Am I missing something? No, I think that's everything. Double check my map. Okay. I always seem to... Oh yeah, we haven't explored... That's where I was trying to figure out, because I knew there were kids to talk to, and I wanted to be able to talk to them. My dad's very important. Why, not long ago, he even dined with General Leo. Who's General Leo? You just made that up, huh? I think the idea here is they're trying to give you evidence that this guy might not be completely trustworthy. and that might be why he has all the money that he has, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. I always forget to do this. There is a hidden entrance back here. It leads to an elixir, and I believe that's it. Oh, right, I forgot about this. I always forget that this is even here. Didn't know you could even do this quite yet. But yeah, there's a secret entrance there that leads all the way over to the guy that likes cider. Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind for a little bit later. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. There's some items in town, but we'll go over that in the next episode, and I think we'll use that as an opportunity to go over some of the equipment as well. Just know that for now we're going to give the Hyper Wrist, which raises your vigor. Vigor is not a hugely important part of the physical damage calculation, so I'm going to give it to him because it's going to affect the amount of damage he can deal with auto crossbow. And then I'll give the running shoes to Locke so he can steal more. They, oops. The running shoes give you auto haste, very early in the game to get auto haste. And the sprint shoes can go over on you. Now, those squirrel-like enemies that I found in the forest, I'm going to run into a few battles with them in between episodes for a very important reason that I'm not going to get into because it's kind of a spoiler for later on, but just know that it'll be a little bit easier to do that. There are 3 battle formations. The enemy's called Rhodox in this version, by the way. I think in other versions it's a Mew, or whatever you want to call them. There's 3 battle formations in the forest and 1 on the plain, so I'm going to encounter all of those. Keep trying to steal from that Rhinotar, the big enemy, because you can rarely get a nice item from him. This is the guy. Rarely you can steal, I think it's a Mithril Claw from this guy. So if you get lucky, you can get that. What I will do is I'll run away from excess fights because we don't really need to be gaining excess experience, and I just want to have the encounters. I'll fight those encounters, but that's about it. You don't want to overly grind in this game, and I'll talk about why much later on. But anyway, that's pretty much all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.